Hey guys, TDS here and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video we're actually going to be discussing guilds in Star Wars The Old Republic. So let's roll the titles and get stuck straight into it. So when it comes to making a guild in Star Wars The Old Republic, what you need to do is head on to either the Imperial or Republic fleet, depending on which faction you are part of, and head towards the Strongholds and Crew Skills section down here. If you're in the Republic area, then it would be somewhere up here. You need to keep an eye out for a flag icon here on the outside. It is a green luminous colour. And as you head in, you need to go to the Records Officer Kellen. Now, in order to make a guild, there needs to be 4 founding members at the very minimum. Each person will also need to have 5,000 credits available to pay for the registration fee, which will then allow them to be able to create their own guild. Another option is to take advantage of the guild flagship directory. And what you can actually do here is not just purchase your Harrower class Imperial Dreadnought or the Republic equivalent, but you can also go onto the public listings and you can actually filter on there how heavily occupied the flagship is, the percentage completion for decoration, and then who owns the flagship would only be the option of guild. So you can filter for there. If the flagship is publicly listed, then you will actually be able to travel there, and there's a possibility there you could ask for a member that's actually on the flagship to give you an invite into their guild. Some flagships will be set to private listings, so you will not be able to travel there freely. You would actually have to get a member of the guild to give you a flagship summon in order to be able to actually go to the flagship. But this is an option potentially, and again, as I already mentioned earlier on, you can also purchase your guild flagship on here for a cost of 8 million credits. So you'll see I'm back here on my main sorcerer Night Sister, and she is actually the guild lead in my own guild, the Lemonade Cartel, and there's a few things that you'll notice straight away on the overlay that will be a little bit different to the previous clip with my other character who was not in a guild. So first off, you'll notice at the top here, it doesn't just tell you how many people are on the fleet, it also tells you how many people are actually logged in on the guild. There's also a message comes up to tell me where I am, so I'm on the flagship for the Lemonade Cartel. And it also comes up with a decoration box over here in the corner. So I can actually decorate and drop decorations into the guild flagship, which will help make it look a little bit more colourful and more eventful. Now, as I bring up my guild window, this is how a guild master will see their guild. So you have your heraldry there, which is your own guild's icon. It'll also give an idea of the guild level, and as your guild levels up, you'll notice there that there are some additional perks and bonuses that actually come to the guild as you progress. It'll also give you a reputation bonus, XP bonus, and renowned XP bonus, and you can keep monitoring on there your location and what planet you're invading. Now, that planetary invasion is in regards to Conquest, which was already covered in a previous video. It'll also give you an idea of what your guild yield target is for Conquest and what they've actually achieved so far. In this section here, it will outline some of the perks that are actually available on the guild flagship, and as you'll notice there's no set bonus active either. You can leave any messages of the day and a description, and there's also a log on there of when anybody has left the guild. as well as the conquest leaders and the challenge records. So as you'll notice there, we've just finished a week's worth of conquest today, only about 4 hours ago, and I managed on my alt, a pyrotech, to get 1.5 million conquest on one character, whereas a member of my guild managed to get 1.4 million, and another one managed to get 260k, another 144k. So it keeps a record of your conquest challenges and your scores and how you've got on. And there's also challenger records on there as well. There's also a roster to say who is actually logged onto the guild at the time. You can also see your offline members, check the guild bans if you have the relevant ranking, and search for a member. So if you click on search offline members, you'll see that we've got quite a few alts in here at the moment, but I can then search in there for a particular person, a particular character, and it will come up with the search result for me. On the perk screen, this is a little bit more complex. So in order for you to unlock a perk, you have to have flagship plans. Now, flagship plans are actually part of your conquest rewards as a guild invasion. So providing that you meet your yield target, when the conquest resets, you will actually have the opportunity to select either a flagship command encryption, engineering encryption, or a logistical encryption. You need 50 of these in order to be able to get one flagship schematic, which is a purple, and you typically need 4 to 6 of these in order to unlock a particular room on your flagship. So it's very, very expensive. I managed with my guildies to unlock all of the perk rooms on our flagship in 1 month at the cost of roughly about 1 billion credits. So that gives you an idea of just how expensive it can actually be to do this. Crafting Dark Project tends to be quite a good one because you can actually convert Dark Project on the flagship for the encryptions and then convert the encryptions to the flagship schematics. You've then also got your codex on there as well, typically for any places that you've been to or any achievements that you've done within your guild, and there's also a top 5 list there. When you are a guild leader, or you are somebody with the relevant ranking, you can actually select whether you invade a planet on conquest, and you've got a small yield at 500,000, medium yield at 2 million, and a large yield at 5 million. Going back onto your guild flagship window, with the perks, you've got 6 perks available at any one time. So you've got your forward command room, starboard command room, bridge, engine room, docking bay, and port command room. Every single one of these rooms has available rewards and perks. There's also some that are locked, which, as you'll see here, guild recharge drones. Guild must be level 32 or higher. Mount burst, the guild must be level 49 or higher. Omni-magnification, the guild must be level 64 or higher. So there are certain conditions to level restrictions, so obviously I can only use certain perks at the moment, being a level 24, approaching level 25. And as you actually unlock perks, you need to have something there. As you'll see on the box that's popped up there, you need to have guild commendations, and guild commendations are down here at the bottom of your guild window. So it'll give you an idea there. We're already at the cap of 600 at the moment for our level, but if I went on and purchased another one, let's see, so this one here on engine room has 3 days and 18 hours left on it. So if I wanted to, I could actually remove that perk because it's only got a couple of hours left on it, and that then gives me an option for those flagship perks. So Operations Conquest, moderately increasing movement speed, Warzone Conquest, Warzone Profiteer, and Vela rewards. So what I'm thinking there is if I go for the Warzone Rally Part 1, that's actually going to cost me 750,000 credits and 50 commendations. Go on and purchase it, and you'll see there that 750,000 was taken out of the bank, and 50 commendations was taken out as well. Gives you a chance to be able to monitor and keep an eye on your perks and make sure that you're taking advantage of them. And you'll notice that there's certain ones here, like this one in the forward command room, which can increase your critical rate for all crew skills by 5% for 1 hour. All you do is press P to bring up your abilities box, and then go to guild, and you'll see that it's there, and just right click it, and that'll enable it for an hour for you with the extra bonus. So it's worth bearing that in mind as well. Use your abilities box to your advantage. And when it comes to your ranks, there is only ever one guild master. You've also got officers, who are the next in line, lieutenants, who are third, members, who are fourth, and recruits, who are fifth. Whenever you invite a member into the guild, they will automatically start off as a recruit, whereas you can then right click their name and upgrade them to member, or to lieutenant, or to officer. You can add and remove ranks, you can list them in priority order accordingly, and you can actually set a requirement there so that officers, lieutenants and members, you can choose whether or not they have to have a security key in order to play on that character in your guild. You've got choice as guild master to set certain permissions, whether you can view and send guild chat, whether certain ranks can actually see officer chat, officer notes, member notes, deal with member management, guild conquest, guild perks, guild description, guild mail, guild inspect and recruiting, message of the day, and guild heraldry. How it would typically be done is that your guild master would have every single permission, and then officer may not have all of them but would have most. Lieutenant would typically have less. Member obviously won't be able to edit. They may be able to invite members into the guild, for example, and recruits won't be able to really do diddly squat. So that is the guild windowing as you'll see there, and this is our flagship at the moment, which is currently heavily decorated. We've actually used the maximum 500 out of 500 hooks available at the moment. But when you go into the main room here, you will have an elevator that will take you to various floors in your flagship. And I'm going to take you down onto one of the floors so that we can actually see exactly what is required when it comes to unlocking rooms. So as you'll see here, this room's just decorated. It's only a hangar bay. There's no set bonuses for that particular area. And as I've gone onto the starboard hangar there, it tells me there that I need 4 of the engineering framework. So what I would need to do there is I would need to have 200 of the blue flagship plans. And that's because 50 of them equals 1 engineering framework when you trade them in. So that's going to cost you 4 of the engineering framework, equivalent to 200 of the engineering plans. And then there's also a cost of 5 million credits as well. And those credits you cannot use from your own inventory. They have to be in the guild bank. So just remember to deposit your funds into the guild as you are actually doing any upgrades and unlocks. It'll also tell you, as you're unlocking every single room, the maximum additional decorations for each room, as well as the maximum occupancy on your flagship at any one time. So it's very much a work in progress in order to try and actually build a guild from scratch. Like I said, it took us around about a month to unlock all of the different rooms that had a perk, and also to get the decorating done, as well as get the guild to level 24 so far. So it does take a lot of time. It took us around about 1 billion credits, so it's not as if you can do it overnight, really. 1 billion credits is still quite a grind, but you'll feel a sense of accomplishment without a doubt as you've actually built up your own flagship and you've got it all decorated. And the good thing is that having your own guild, you've got control over what you actually do as a group. You may have quite an open group, so you might have a guild of 100 members, and you might find that 30 of those do operation raiding. You might find that out of those 30, only 12 of them actually do nightmare. You may find that there's a group of people in your community who love doing flashpoints. You may find there's also a PvP element in there as well. So it's worth bearing that in mind, that as you're building a community, what do you want your community to be around when it comes to building your own guild? There are some very notorious guilds out there. As you'll see on the guild invasions page on Conquest, Strut My Wookiee, Chiss My Hut, Wardens of the Republic, Let the Wookiee Win, Deadly Girls from Outer Space, Unlimited Power, Rapid Serenity, Balmoral, Rhapsody. So there are some very, very well-known names out there when it comes to Conquest. You can also check your current conquerors for different planets and actually get an idea, not just a case of your top 10, but a little bit beyond the top 10 as well. So it'll give you an idea as well as to whether they're on Republic side or whether they're on Imperial side based on the logo. And that is basically an overview of the guilds element of Star Wars The Old Republic. Hopefully that video will have given you some sort of an idea of how to set up your own guild and also how a guild is operated. If you did like the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can get updates on a regular basis of when the videos are released. You can also follow me at twitch.tv/ThatDuckSauce. Keep tuned and more videos will be coming out in the near future, guys, and I'll see you soon.